Welcome to Crypto XL, where we uncover the hidden gems of the crypto market. Are you ready to discover the next big thing in investing? Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey with us as we hunt for small-cap coins with the potential to explode. Join us as we dive deep into the world of small-cap cryptocurrencies, exploring their untapped potential and uncovering opportunities for growth that could turn your investment into a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned investor looking for the next big winner or a newcomer eager to learn the ropes, Crypto XL is your ultimate destination for insightful analysis, expert tips, and the latest trends in the small-cap crypto market. Remember, this is not financial advice. Only invest money you can afford to lose. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling adventure to uncover small-cap gems that could skyrocket your portfolio to new heights. Let's make 50-100x gains together.
Crypto Excel. This is not financial advice.
Good day, guys. This is Crypto Excel. Back today with more crypto updates and news.
Former President Donald Trump has chosen Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio as his vice presidential candidate. The hillbilly elegy author and venture capitalist was a favorable choice among the crypto space, given his friendliness towards the industry and previous efforts to bring clearer legislation. According to a report from
Exactly as predicted.
drafted a bill that would revamp how the U.S. regulates digital assets. Vance has not disclosed buying or selling any cryptocurrencies in his most recent Senate financial disclosure, though in 2022 he did disclose that he held between $100,000 and $250,000 worth of Bitcoin. Crypto is back in the game of sports sponsorships. Kraken has become the sleeve sponsor of Tottenham Hotspur in a multi-season agreement. Last week, the crypto exchange announced a similar...
All right, let's pause it right there. Okay, gentlemen, young ladies, investors, entrepreneurs, winners, what is happening right now is that everything is falling into place exactly as predicted, right? We want to keep this streak going. So Bitcoin made an all-time high of 73K about 2 months or so ago, and we've been going back and forth in this range for quite some time now. Actually, that would be about 4 months going back and forth in this range. The range between 54K, 73K. Okay, coming into the halving, what normally happens at the halving is that Bitcoin stalls out here for quite some time. By quite some time, 4 months, 6 months before it gets that parabolic. It starts going through the last parabolic or the main parabolic leg of the 4-year cycle. Okay, which means that heading towards the end of this year, we have a lot to look forward to if history repeats itself. Now, the charts tell you the story. The charts kind of guide you and let you know what to expect and what's going to happen at approximately what time. Not the exact time, not the exact month, but the approximate. You could say the quarter, within the quarter, right? And if everything aligns like how it has before, that would mean that heading into September-ish, October-ish of this year of 2024 is where we start heading into the parabolic leg of the cycle, which means if people do not have crypto by now, or at least, if I'm expecting this within Q4 of 2024, I'm going to be ready before Q3 of 2024. I don't like to rush at the end, because the reason I don't like to rush is because near that time when it's all about to happen, that's when you find out, like, there might be extra information that, were you prepared, or if you had extra funds, you would be able to take advantage of that opportunity. Opportunities might arise at the last second, like maybe a certain project is launching, or a node is coming out, or Trump coin is about to pump for some reason because Trump said or did something. And you want to make sure that you always have cash on the side, that you're always liquid to take advantage of those opportunities, which means that by this point, you should already pretty much have your bags packed already. And then this is just icing on the cake, whatever you're doing. So basically what this is looking like, chart wise, from a chart perspective, is, again, we're expecting this nice huge leg, and this is the biggest gains percentage of that whole bull market right here. And that's pretty much just all it's showing on the screen. And if I were to look at the months here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish months, 6, 7-ish months where it's just completely parabolic. And it looks really small on the charts, but you have to remember, this is where altcoins were doing these massive, Matic from inception to that point, or right from the half into this point, did almost 1,000x. Solana went insane. ADA did a 150x, and these were like average performances for your top coins, right? So if you're holding good projects and you're building your portfolio up to this point, you have a potential of seeing gains that are just unfathomable. Like numbers that don't seem realistic, numbers where you can't even work and get that kind of return. There's nothing you can do to get that kind of return. You can go and you can buy real estate. You'd have to sit on it for 500 years. You'll have to sit on it past your lifetime, to see those kind of, you will get those returns, but you won't be alive to reap them, right? So the kind of returns that are possible this year are astounding. They are. And according to the charts, it would be Q4-ish, so September, October-ish. This is October, where it started kicking off in 2020, right? But I like to be prepared before because if I miss the first leg of this move, that first leg could be a 10x on my altcoin, right? And if you get in 10x after, and then your altcoin does a 10x, that means you leave with a 10x. Whereas if you got in back here, you get the full 100x. So this is the kind of parabolic numbers that are possible this bull run. Now, I have a lot of coins that I'm picking. I have a lot of degen microcap coins that I'm picking. Not all of them are going to return the same amount. I feel they're all going to have really good returns, but some of them are going to go 10x. Some of them are going to go 15x. Some are going to go 40x. Some are going to go 50, 70, and few of them could be 200x. This is what is in front of us. Not financial advice. There's possibilities that, if history repeats, it could be quite interesting. Now let's look at the talking points from other credible YouTube channels. They've said things like, we have more coins in the market, there's more dilution, so don't expect the kind of returns that we've had in the past. There's also diminishing returns. That's a very strong argument, and those arguments are all true. No one knows for sure what's going to happen in the future, but what I will say about that, that we also have to consider that now we have a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and possible Solana ETF. We have the president of the United States, or prospective future president of the United States, saying that he endorses Bitcoin and he's considering making Bitcoin a reserve currency of the United States government. The United States government runs pretty much most of the world, with the Federal Reserve, with the IMF, and other foreign policies. If they were to make Bitcoin a reserve currency, such as how the world did with gold back in the, well, they got off it in the 1970s. But prior to that, if they make Bitcoin a reserve currency of the world, other countries will have to follow suit. And they'll be playing follow the leader, and they'll also be playing hot potato. Whoever is left, when the music stops playing and whoever doesn't have a chair, well, they'll be out, right? They need a chair. Basically, what I'm saying is that there will be an arms race for each country to acquire as much Bitcoin as possible. Because it's better to buy Bitcoin at $70,000 than it is to buy Bitcoin at $1 million. I'm not saying that the price of Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million this cycle. I don't know what the price of Bitcoin is going to be. What I am saying is that there's a possibility that this becomes a race on a country standard, where countries are literally printing their money so that they could buy Bitcoin. And the first country that figures this out is a country that has a strategic advantage, because basically they have a finite asset which you cannot print more of, which the rest of the world is going to want and is going to be in demand. There's a limited amount of quantity, whereas fiat currency has an unlimited amount of quantity. So if I was in charge of a central bank in any country to have insurance for my country, I would make sure that we acquire a good deal of Bitcoin. And I might not, maybe I won't tell anybody. I'll make sure we acquire a decent amount of Bitcoin so that we cannot be taken over, bullied, or coerced to do anything, being bullied by another country that does have Bitcoin and does have these resources, that they're able to use this to get influence or to bribe someone or to pay someone off. And then you're the country that doesn't have this asset that everybody else wants, but you need to get it. And so you basically have to follow their commands or demands, right? So from a strategic standpoint, it would behoove the countries around the world to acquire some Bitcoin, especially now that we're seeing the United States is saying that they're looking to make this the reserve currency, or there's news of this coming from Trump, right? You have to be forward thinking, and you have to make plays before you see everything play out, because if you don't, by the time, again, you don't want to be buying Bitcoin or these cryptos. Bitcoin is $150,000, and now you're like, man, I should have bought. Hey, maybe I should get some now because it's going to go to 250. You don't want to do that, right? Because the risk is so high. The risk at 120 is a lot higher than at 63. It's a different risk reward equation. If you look at the altcoins, if you look at the total three, we're close to all-time lows, right? So that's when you acquire. You acquire when you're at all-time lows, not when you're rebounded and you're doing better. And I wanted, by the way, to get into the coin analysis, to go over the market and its performance. And starting off with the leader, if you look at Bitcoin, it's up 4.5% today, and it's up 15% on the 7-day. There is a lot of apprehension, a lot of fear when Bitcoin was down lower, near 54K. And, people weren't worrying, and they're like, okay, is the bull market over? What I would say to that is that I would continue to assume the 4-year cycle is intact until it completely breaks all the resistances to the downside. And I would look at the downward movement is buying opportunities. That's all I can do during a bull market. And yes, it's going to be scary and it's not going to feel good. I would have to do what is counterintuitive. It's a very bad feeling. But in this channel, we have to be unemotional and just make intelligent decisions. Let us take a look at the rest of the market. Bitcoin, as we know, is a leader. Once it goes towards 73K, and once it breaks it with momentum, that's when it's on. When is it going to do that? No one has a crystal ball. I can't tell you this month, this week, that it's going to do that. What I can say, though, is I feel strongly, and I believe strongly, that it'll be doing that going towards the end of this year in Q4 of 2024. How high is it going to go? No one can tell, because once a market breaks its all-time highs, it can go parabolic, right? It can double, it could break it and then just double within the next 2 days. These are all possible. And you can have a wick after it doubles dropping back down 50%. And that's the reason why I said it's better to buy Bitcoin at 63K than buy Bitcoin at 120K, right? And you can take the same comparison and say that it's better to buy altcoins when a total 3 is touching its support than when it's 4x up higher than its support. All right, so Bitcoin's doing well, and that's propping up the rest of the market. If you look at Ethereum, Ethereum's up, but it's not up as much as Bitcoin. On the 7-day, Bitcoin's up 15% and Ethereum's up 11%. If you look at Solana, on the other hand, Solana is up 21% while Bitcoin is up 15%. So Solana seems to be outperforming Bitcoin. And if you look at the 30-day, Bitcoin's up 2%, Solana's up 24%. Solana has been really, really strong, but Solana is also coming from $8, right? So it's coming from $8 to where it is now. So if Solana ends up going to 1,000, if it goes to 1,500, and it sounds like I'm throwing out random numbers, but these are all numbers that are possible. That would mean that whoever was buying Solana near $8 would have made a ridiculous return on their money, right? Another thing to remember is that a lot of these cryptos are now in retirement funds. There are ways to get access to crypto exposure through your retirement vehicles. That's something that you can look into with your financial advisor, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an investor like you are. And I would definitely, I would look into it and see which vehicles are accessible to you, because at this point, I would not want to be without some crypto exposure. I would make sure I have crypto exposure, especially right now, because we're going to be heading into Q4 2024, Q1 2025. It could get exciting, it could get parabolic, and it could get insane. I do not want to be the person that misses out on an 80x on one of my altcoins because I was wondering whether or not I should get in. And I was waiting for confirmation for Bitcoin to bust through all-time highs before I buy. That's not the way to do things. Dogecoin also seems to be doing well this week. It's up 16%. But these are the large caps, right? The market is doing so well that even the large caps are doing really, really well. As Bitcoin makes its surge towards testing all-time highs and possibly breaking it within the next coming months, the large caps are going to be the first ones to follow. And then eventually the mid caps. And then after that, the tiny, tiny coins that I've been accumulating because I'm patient. Those are the coins that are going to go 20x, 40x, 50x, and these kind of absurd numbers. Those tiny, tiny coins that right now are not really garnering that much attention. But getting into strong projects when 90% of the market is not paying attention or doesn't care is a way how to play the crypto market. And basically, if it feels bad buying into something that seems to just be going down in price, you don't have to put that much money in. Maybe you just put $50 in, right? And $50, it sounds like a joke and it doesn't matter. But what if that coin that you bought goes 100x? It might matter then. So let's look at the coins that under the list that are really giving phenomenal returns. And a coin that I have to mention here that did 100% in the last 24 hours was Gem AI. Did really, really well. OPSEC is up 53%. Landsea is up 47%. Neural AI is up 23%. Blender is up 21%. Bonk, 19%. Basically, what I'm trying to say is you're looking for coins that are going to outperform Bitcoin, right? So on their Bitcoin peer, at least for today, because if you look at it, the chart completely, it's just recently that this is a 24-hour chart. If you look at it on a 90-day, they're still down on a 90-day, right? It's a 24-hour, they're spiking up pretty high. But can they remain with that momentum, the same momentum? And these coins, since they're small caps, and this has done 100x, 90x, these kind of numbers, I would probably take some profit from these coins, keep it in USDT, wait for them to trace back, and if not, I would then flip it over into some of my other coins that are down on the day, right? If you look at Shield Protocol, it's down 14%, right? So they're still buying opportunities in the market, even though Bitcoin is outperforming right now or doing really well, or doing as expected, because we kind of expected Bitcoin to be where it is at this time in the 4-year cycle. It's actually supposed to be around right here. According to the 4-year cycle, it would remain around right here until at least September, maybe October-ish, right? So we'll see what happens. Maybe it could ping pong. I will say that it's a little bit stronger than it was in the past because of the ETF. There's money coming in on the ETFs. This is another note that I wanted to mention, so you guys pay attention to this. One of the main differences with this cycle from the other cycles is there's literally millions, hundreds of millions of dollars coming in from the ETFs. What this is doing is propping up the price of Bitcoin. So when it falls, there's only so much it can fall. Because when it falls, the people who have all of the money now have access to acquire Bitcoin with low risk. These people have all the money because of a number of reasons, but one of the reasons is because they're strategic, they're calm, they're calculated, and they have the ability to be patient. They're not using the electricity bill money to buy crypto, right? They have excess. There's excess money, which means if I have excess money and I have an abundance and I have to put it somewhere, where do you think I'm going to put it? I'm going to have a little bit spread out everywhere, right? But do you think that I'm not going to have crypto? The world has changed within the last 4 or 5 years, right? It's now financially irresponsible for someone to not have access to crypto, especially if we're talking about real money. When you have serious money, if you do not own any Bitcoin or Ethereum, but especially Bitcoin or Solana, right? The further you go down is the more you go down to the cryptos I'm exposed to on this channel. But if you do not have any of these cryptos and you have a fiscal responsibility to your firm, to your manager, or to your client, or you're managing assets, and you do not have access to Bitcoin, this is what's going to happen this cycle. Whoever doesn't have access to Bitcoin this cycle is going to be viewed as financially irresponsible. That's the world we're kind of in right now. It's not an official statement. It's not officially out, but this is the world that we're in. And when Bitcoin does what it does this cycle, and it reaches all-time highs that no one expected, the price point that no one expected it to reach to, when it does that, people are going to be looking back a year from now, and they're going to be looking at the people who made the right decisions and the people who decided to not have exposure to Bitcoin. And those who decided not to have exposure to Bitcoin are not going to be They're not going to have high position anymore as far as managing funds. It's not going to be that high. The assets are going to flow to the places where the wealth management is managed better. That's what is happening now. But more importantly, this is what's going to happen next year and next 2 years, next few years. They're going to look back and they're going to say, why did you have my $5 billion with no exposure to Bitcoin? What am I paying you for? Right? And the funds are going to flow into the places that manage the money well. And Michael Saylor and all of these guys, they're going to start looking like heroes. They're going to look like geniuses in the future. All right. So going back to these micro caps that are getting beaten up, if you just taking a glance, I know that Drive, they're doing some kind of transfer to the SUI network, but there are, there's still opportunities out here. Fractal is down a lot, 12%. Gal is down 9%. WorkQuest token, this one is a lottery ticket. It's almost like a meme coin. This could do really, really well, or it could go to zero. That's one of those. Cheers is a meme coin too, but I feel stronger about this. I think this is a wild card that could do ridiculously well this cycle. I think at some point it will pick up. Once we start getting completely degenerate and Bitcoin breaks 100K, and then all of your altcoins start going crazy and we start seeing 10x's with the top 10 coins, and the top 20 coins start going 10x, and the top 100 coins start doing 20x, and then the small caps, the low caps start doing the 50x kind of numbers. And then we get all the way down to here with the lottery ticket picks. Some of these can really do ridiculously well. It's kind of like, maybe I shouldn't say how many X's they can do, but these are all possibilities, folks. Remember, nothing's guaranteed in crypto. I'm just saying what's possible to happen. Don't hold me to, you said it was going to do 50x and it only went 20x. Don't hold me to that. No one is going to know exactly what kind of multiples it's going to do, right? Some of them that I think, I said 10x, some of them are going to go 20x, right? No one knows for sure. I'm showing you what's possible. And what I think that's likely, though, what I think is highly likely, is I don't think the price is going to remain the same, right? I don't think the price is going to stay here. I think we have some multiple X's. Another thing I'm going to say is, if you try to go into the stock market and buy a stock and get like a 500% return, 800% return, they'll laugh you out of the brokerage office. Like, how much do you think your portfolio is going to do? And they give you the chart, like, when will I be able to retire? And you're looking at the chart and it's like 40 years from now. And it's like, yeah, if you continue to put 20% of your income and then you check your account, and then they say, have you considered increasing your investment amount by 2% more every year? And that's how you reach your retirement goals. And by 40 years from now, and by the way, that's good. It's better than having nothing, right? You'll definitely do a lot better having something. The only thing you have saved is what you save. You won't have anything if you don't save anything, right? And by save, I use the word save lightly because I'm not talking about saving. I'm talking about investing. So basically, whatever you have left is whatever you invested, and you, like a squirrel, squirreling away over the years. Because life is just very expensive and the price of everything is going up. So the only way for you to save yourself is basically to hit a home run this year and next year with crypto, and then take those funds and go into real estate or something. The reason why I said real estate, just to be clear, is that your number one expense is taxes and then real estate, someplace to live, right? Taxes, rent, taxes, mortgage, right? Those are your number one expenses. So you have to knock those out of get rid of them. There's only so much you can do with taxes unless you have a business, right? But if you're able to pay for your dwelling or to pay that off, then that major expense is, look, if you're not paying your rent or mortgage, you can have a really, really good life as far as I almost said stress-free. I don't mean stress-free, but it will seem stress-free if you compare it to the life you currently have. And when I say I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the majority of you, okay? Because obviously I know that there are people that are already made it that watch this channel too, right? That might come across this video. But generally, the American dream is the international dream. It's the same dream all over the world, right? You want to be able to own a home. They said a nice home with a white picket fence, these kind of things. Basically, a lifestyle where your wife doesn't have to work. You have college funds for the children. You have 1 to 2 nice vehicles. You're able to take vacation. Your retirement is taken care of. You work, but you're not stressed out. You don't need to work 70 hours a week to maintain it. And if you get sick, you don't lose everything, right? So the American dream or the international dream, this is a dream all over the world. I think that's what everyone's trying to achieve, and I believe that is a reason why so many people are into crypto. There's other reasons too, but financial freedom is the main reason. So I've kind of gone off on a tangent, but what I will say is that I think we have a lot of good stuff coming. I think we're going to bask in a green sunlight. It's going to be heading into the Q4 of this year, a Q1 of next year. And I will be bringing you the altcoin gems as I normally do. And shout out to the Patreons because they get to see the Patreon gems, which I feel would outperform everything. And things are looking up. It's been tough, I would say, for the altcoins. This is what I would say with the altcoins. We've seen 80% retracements. And you have to pay attention to this. We've seen 80% retracements with the low caps and the small caps. That is a buying opportunity. If you see an 80% retracement in low caps and small caps, and you hold your position, you're fine, because I'm expecting us to go back to where we were in March 16th when these coins topped out. I'm expecting to 5x that on a lot of these, and particular coins, right? Particular coins. So with the amount of gains that we're talking about is unfathomable, unobtainable outside of crypto, right? So you could make a lot of money in a very short amount of time by making the right decisions. That all being said, when you get an 80% pullback, if you just put a fraction in, you don't need that much, as I said before, to get outsized returns. If you put a fraction in on the lows, when you go back to the highs and then imagine tripling those highs, that turns into a lot very, very quickly. What I will say is make sure that you have a plan, okay? Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a profit-taking strategy so you don't lose everything, because 90% of the people in the market lose money. So make sure you have a profit-taking plan. You don't just see it go all the way up and then ride it all the way back down. You don't want to do that. That'll be very painful. But yeah, things are looking up, and I will see you guys at the top, right? This is Crypto XL. It's been a blast, and we're about to go for one heck of a ride, right? I'm telling you. It's about to be a really, really interesting ride. All right. Yes.
Welcome to Crypto XL, where we uncover the hidden gems of the crypto market. Are you ready to discover the next big thing in investing? Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey with us as we hunt for small cap coins with the potential to explode. Join us as we dive deep into the world of small cap cryptocurrencies, exploring their untapped potential and uncovering opportunities for growth that could turn your investment into a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned investor looking for the next big winner or a newcomer eager to learn the ropes, Crypto XL is your ultimate destination for insightful analysis, expert tips, and the latest trends in the small cap crypto market. Remember, this is not financial advice. Only invest money you can afford to lose. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling adventure to uncover small cap gems that could skyrocket your portfolio to new heights. Let's make 50-100x gains together.
And we're live. Good day, guys. This is Crypto Excel. Back today with more crypto updates and news.